Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Tuesday again, so we're going to be looking at another lesson today. Now, Greta Van Fleet, they're active again on social media, started posting those concerts, and rumors are there's going to be a new single coming soon. So I was jamming out to them a lot recently, found Meet on the Ledge. I hadn't done a cover on it, so did a cover on that, and had a few people ask if I'm going to do lessons. So here's a lesson for Meet on the Ledge, Greta Van Fleet from the Fires EP, or double EP. Before I go in, actually, let me adjust my volume settings here a little bit. Alright, we're good. So I'll go through the tones because I had a few questions about tones and amp settings as well. So on my amp, I am using for the distorted parts, I'm using, this is a JVM 210 amp head and a Marshall 1936 cab. And so I'm on for the distortion parts, green overdrive, which is like on any other amp, very, very little gain. My gain is dialed back to just under half on the overdrive. So it's a little bit more than a crunch setting almost. And then my treble is it's about 3/4 of the way, and then my middle and bass are at half. Now the big part that I use for my tones is my knobs on my guitar. So for the solo, to get that tone, I've got both my tone knob and my volume knob on my treble pickup back to about 7.5 or 8. So, and by dialing those back, you get more of a warmer, almost held back tone rather than the super forward punchy tone that you get normally from your bridge pickup. So, and then for my neck pickup, I'm at 10 on the volume and about 6 on the tone knob. So, and then when you go to clean, so it's not super punchy like that's at 10. If you go back to 6, it's kind of that tone that you hear from a lot of the blues guys, Marcus King, in his clean playing especially, and even to an extent Joe Bonamassa. So yeah, those are the tone settings. Only pedal I'm using here is my wah. That's it, and everything else is amp and guitar for those of you who are wondering. So getting right into this, so you start on your overdrive setting, and this part's going to be tricky to jump to those chords in the beginning, and it's going to take some getting used to. So you're going to go 3rd fret G string, whole bend, and release. 5th fret D string, 3rd fret D string, and then these chords, it's going to be 7th fret G string with your 2nd finger, 8th fret B with your 3rd, 6th fret E string with your 1st finger. And you're just playing the G string, B string, and E string. And then from that chord, you go to 5th fret G string, 6th fret B string, and 5th fret E string. So back and forth. Goes twice. And then again. So on the 4th time, instead of going twice with the chords, you go, and you just hold it on that last chord there. And now this is where you're going to want to switch to clean setting on the amp, and your wah pedal comes in too. So it's very busy as far as your footwork goes in this first part. So So those are the chords there. Not too hard, but they are bar chords. So for some of you, it will be a little more difficult if you're not used to bar chords. So 5th fret bar from the A string down. And then 7th fret D string, 7th fret G string, 6th fret B string. And that's a D minor chord. And as you do that, you like sweep the wah pedal up. And then you go down. Now you're barring A string down, 3rd fret. And so you'll actually, what I'm doing is I'll play the 3rd fret of the A string, and then I'm barring the 5th fret from the D string down with my 3rd finger and my pinky. So it's almost like a C chord, but you're adding that A on top of it, that 5th fret of the E string. So you go to that, and then back to D minor, then back to the C with the added A, and then A minor. So this, you're barring 5th fret down from the E string, and it's like playing E minor position, just moving your bridge up, or your nut, sorry. So bar 5th fret, and then A string, 7th fret, and D string, 7th fret, and then G major chord, but that's barred as well. So you bar 3rd fret, all of it, and then 5th fret A and D, 4th fret G. So all together. And then pedal goes off, and then I switch to distortion. And so that is a B flat major chord, so you're going to go up to 6th fret, bar that, everything. And so one thing to realize with bar chords is the positions for major and minor chords, they stay the same for the same barring of the string. So if you're barring all the strings, the major position is going to be like an E major chord position. So you played that G major position down here, you just move that same position up 1, 2, 3 frets. So you bar the 6th, and then 8th A and D, 7th on the G. So I'm going to reference it as major bar chord position. And then now you're going to bar, that's 8th fret, A string down, and then your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are going to be on the 10th fret of the D, G, and B strings. So you'll play the chord, and then you'll pull your pinky off, and that's why your bar is so important. You pull the pinky off, and then you put it back on. So down, down, up, up. So from the B flat major, back to B flat major, and now it's that B flat major chord position, just moved up 2 frets to play C chord. So that's 8th fret now, you're barring all the strings, and then 10th A and D, 9th on the G, and that's your C major chord. Now it goes back, clean, and then wah pedal comes in again, and that's what you see what I mean about being busy in your feet now. So same chords again, and then back, wah pedal off, distortion on. It gets easier from here as far as the footwork goes. So back to B flat major, then that F chord, B flat major, and that will be your C major chord, and then this little riff leading into the getting caught here, little riff leading into the chorus. 5th fret G string, 3rd fret G string, 5th fret D, 3rd D, 6th A, chords. So this is another variation of it. So C major, bar A string down, and then you'll play D string, 5th fret, G string, 5th fret, B string, 5th fret. Getting caught again. So that's your chord. And then you'll play 5th fret D, 5th fret G, 7th fret G, 6th fret B, 5th fret B, because you pull off 6th to 5th, and then 7th on the G, and then G minor chord. So now you're barring 3rd fret all the way down, and then 5th fret A and D. So that's, now you go up to B flat major again. You guys remember this one? And then to F major. So same positions again, except this F major, you're holding it for 2 times instead of 1 this. So, and then you play it again, and then that C major up at 8th fret, and then back down. Now your B flat and then F, and then you play the F once, and then you go to the C major. So F, instead of hanging on to that for a whole extra bar. So, and then back to clean and wah pedal. Then it goes back into another verse. The rest of that I will cover in the Patreon lesson, along with the guitar solo and the whole rest of the song. So for those of you wanting to learn the rest of it, including the guitar solo, I'd highly recommend going and checking out my Patreon page. I've got a whole bunch of other covers on, or lessons on there as well, that are full lessons and continuations of ones from YouTube. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here, you're liking what you see, I will be having all of the lessons for the new Greta Van Fleet stuff that's supposed to be coming out as well. I'm going to do very much like this. I'm going to do a little bit on YouTube, and then the full thing will be on Patreon, just to sort of separate it a little bit. And it is a lot of work to do lessons too. So, I mean, $1 a month for a Patreon subscription, you get access to everything, and it gives me a little bit more for the work I'm putting into it as well. So yeah, I'll leave that link down in the description box below. I'll leave my Instagram page down there as well. For those of you who haven't followed it yet, I'd highly recommend, because I do post some stuff on there, like guitar solos or whatnot, that I don't post on YouTube sometimes, just because it's too short. So yeah, check that out. And for those of you just sticking on YouTube, until next time, keep on rocking.